what it, fam? It's your boy ASAP Thriller here, back at it again with another video. Now, today, fam, I was in the middle of driving, and then I just had this idea of a video that I needed to create because I wanted to get my point across on something that I know is an issue because I dealt with it myself. Fam, if you look at YouTube or if you listen to any one of these online gurus, right, like, you'll notice one thing in particular. A lot of these different online gurus got all of these different tactics and strategies on how to gain wealth and how they was able to get wealth. And a lot of times their strategies differ. Like if you look at somebody like Dave Ramsey, right? His strategy is completely eliminate debt, getting out of debt, and then go heavy on mutual funds. And I don't know if he preaches about ETFs, but to summarize it, getting out of debt first, eliminating any and all debt, and then paying cash for as much as you can, and then invest into something that's going to compound over time, right? That's, in summary, what he preaches. And then you got people like Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I forgot what his name, Robert Kiyosaki or whatever. And then you got Grant Cardone, right? Both, like, their strategies are pretty similar. They believe in taking on as much debt as possible, right? Take on as much debt as possible. They're both into real estate. They believe in taking on debt to acquire real estate, acquire land, right? I don't disagree with any one of those strategies. The whole point of this video is to encourage you not to get discouraged, because a lot of times you might not be passionate about any particular thing, but you may be passionate about making money. You may be passionate about generational wealth, and you trying to figure out the best avenue to achieve that, right? So you can get overwhelmed by listening to all of these different online gurus. Well, family, I'm not no guru at all, and I don't claim to be. You know what I'm saying? But what I do believe, though, is that we should take in the information, learn as much as we can, right? And then we need to figure out what works best for us. What piece of information gravitates towards us better. Now, what I will say is it's okay to take a little bit of what each person that you listen to, take a little bit about what they teach, and then how does that apply to you? How does that apply to your situation? Think about it like that. It's gonna be nearly impossible to completely repeat somebody else's success. You can't do that because a lot of these success stories are situational, right? Some of these people might have inherited some type of money or whatever, you know. So just think about your personal situation and what works best for you, and don't get discouraged. But realize that you already ahead of the curve because you already thinking about wealth. You already thinking about wealth creation. Most people not even thinking about it. Most people not even thinking about eliminating debt. Some people not even thinking about acquiring real estate, generational wealth, things that should matter, right? Now, for instance, if you take a large portion of the Asian community here in the US, a lot of them acquire wealth by practicing something called group economics, something that I think that we should really be taking into account real heavily in the Black community. But group economics is a lot of their way of acquiring wealth, right? So there's a lot of different ways that we can do it. But I would just recommend, like I said before, don't get discouraged. Figure out what works best for you. Figure out what your strengths are, and then you just capitalize on that. And if you need extra encouragement, if you are really strong in one particular area, but you're weak in another area, find somebody who you can either learn from or that you can partner with that may have a strength where you're weak. And then y'all can make some stuff happen. You know what I'm saying? Some people will try to tell you that the stock market is the best way. Some people might tell you Forex trading and stock trading and all of that might be the best way. Some people might tell you cryptocurrency will be the best way to generate wealth. Listen, all I'm gonna say is figure out what works best for you. And in the meantime, I'm just gonna be sharing all of the different things that has worked for me. You know, like, I'm not super duper wealthy yet, but I am in a good place. And honestly, the way that I was able to get to where I am is by a diversified group of different things that I did, right? Cryptocurrency, a little bit of real estate, some stocks, you know what I'm saying? Investing in other people's businesses, you know, buying pieces of companies and stuff like that. Those are the things that worked for me. You know, some people are all in on one particular thing. Some people make money and acquire wealth just off of investing in other people's businesses, right? Figuring out what their business plan is, and if they believe in it, they invest their money into it. They get contracts involved, right? They're not just handing Jamal down the street some money so he can stand on the corner selling watches. No, they going, getting legal documentation drawn up, and they getting legitimate businesses. They're buying in they're literally buying legitimate interest in particular companies that's established. So family, just figure out what works best for you. Don't get discouraged. You know, like everybody got their own different way. And then on top of that, family, a lot of these gurus talk about things that has already been proven to them. You might be special. You might be a diamond in the rough. You might be able to figure out a completely different way of creating wealth. Like take for instance, like look at Jeff Bezos, right? Hats off to Jeff Bezos. He did his thing, right? Jeff Bezos took a completely different approach. Jeff Bezos, the wealthiest man in the world today, right? Today. What he did was he invested his all, money and time, into growing Amazon. For years, they was taking losses. For years, they weren't profitable. And then all of a sudden, because of the time and the effort, he wasn't focusing on trying to build wealth the same way everybody else was preaching. He felt the need to invest his all into his own business. And that's what he did, and it worked for him. So that's what I'm gonna say, fam. Just figure out what works best for you. You already on the right track, family, because you already care about this. You already have a desire to have generational wealth. You already have a desire to build wealth for yourself. A lot of y'all that watch my channel have a desire to build wealth so that you can be an asset to the community. You know what I'm saying? All of that's good. Okay, now that you got that desire, how are you going to implement it? Intake a lot of this information from a lot of these different gurus. Read books. Read Rich Dad Poor Dad. Read a lot of these books. Travel the world. Go to Africa. Look at opportunities there. Or whatever it is. You might not even want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, just be open. Be open-minded. Intake information and don't overwhelm yourself. You want it to be as simple as possible. Try not to complicate it. Try not to complicate yourself. Try not to stress yourself out, because all that's going to do is cause you to not make a move at all. Because you're going to always be wondering, damn, did I make the right move or not? You don't want to be in a place where you feel like you made the wrong decision. You know what I'm saying? Just stay motivated. Pick you a path. Go that path. Go the distance. You know what I'm saying? Learn all you can. Educate yourself as much as you can. And go from there. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I really had to say, fam. Thank y'all for watching. ASAP the Thriller, holla at your boy.